I had a scenario quite a long time ago now as a relatively new captain. I was departing out of London Stansted first thing in the morning, and it really kind of emphasized the importance of being able to fly manually when you need to. And we were departing out of Stansted, and it was a low visibility departure. So it's pitch black, like 6 o'clock in the morning, winter. There was like thick fog on the ground, which meant we had to have a takeoff alternate. So that means that if something happened when we got airborne and we had to return, where we'd need better weather, we'd need to nominate where that was going to be from before we even departed. So we had a plan in place. It's all about that, again, what we were speaking about. So we'd nominate, there's a different air mass up north, up in East Midlands. So we had East Midlands as a takeoff alternate. We got airborne, engaged the autopilot, started telling the aircraft to accelerate so we could retract flaps. And the aircraft did that. It pitched down, we accelerated, we started to retract flaps. And then as we reached our speed, which is our minimum clean speed, or up speed as we call it, our flaps up speed, the aircraft with the autopilot would then pitch up to maintain that speed. But it didn't. It just stayed at the current attitude. And then we got some, well, hang on, this is weird. The aircraft is accelerating here when it should be. So we're just about to disconnect, and then we got some warnings flash up. We had a stabilizer issue, and the autopilot just tripped out. We had some warnings. So now we're having to manually fly this thing, IMC, so in cloud, pitch black, bumping around. Anyway, we manually fly it. We kind of get everything under control. We tell ATC that we need to just pause here for a moment, run the appropriate checklist, and we realized fairly early on that we couldn't continue to our destination. We were going to have to return. But ironically now, we can't return to where we've just departed from because we needed autopilots to be able to land the aircraft because it was thick fog. We had no autopilots. So now we're having to make decisions and work together as a crew while we're manually flying this aircraft in cloud, dark, bumping around, and manage a diversion to our takeoff alternate, talking to passengers, cabin crew, talking to ATC, to the handling, all while manually flying this and working together as a crew. And we did it. It worked. It worked really well. And I offloaded the hand flying to the FO so I could kind of have a managerial kind of viewpoint on this. And the FO, I thought I'll give it to him to start with so I can speak to the cabin crew. And I was going to watch how he did. Thankfully, he was excellent. He was all over this. He really flew the aircraft well, which enabled me to do what I needed to do as a captain. And we landed East Mids. We did a manual approach, landed. Because we'd arranged it, there's a spare aircraft waiting, and everything kind of worked as smoothly as it could. But it really highlighted to me that fundamental importance of being able to fly that aircraft well and accurately